What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Scythe, and we are back again with some more Trove. How you doing, my reptilian brothers and sisters? Sorry, this video is going to be a little bit late because I'm actually recording this at 6:30 in the morning my time, which means that it's going to have a little bit of extra time to end up editing and uploading it and stuff like that. But either way, we've got the new Season 2 Bomber Royale out. I'm very disappointed with this update, honestly, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. So without further ado, I would appreciate if you would hit that like button and let's get started. So they added a dual queue. So basically what that means is if you end up opening your friends list, my game is of course going to crash, but you can join somebody or invite them, and that quite literally is going to end up creating a party. So it'll be duos. So instead of just being a free-for-all, everybody versus everybody in Bomber, you'll actually end up joining a world with this other person, and then you can do a 2 versus 9 other teams of 2 people. So quite a few people end up going into it, which either way, I mean, I guess it's cool. Why not take it? You know, sure. They also have the /PvP team space name command can also be used to invite people into duo matches without them needing to be friended either. So that's helpful for somebody like myself, because otherwise, if I open my friends list, my game crashes. So I'm looking forward to playing some duo with like Merc and Joe and the other guys and stuff. So they also changed it so that they duo and solo queue will both be available for the first 2 weeks of Season 2 and will alternate in availability after that. So to me, that just, I have no idea what they mean by that. I guess what they mean is that some weeks they'll just disable duo and some weeks you'll be able to do it. I wish they would elaborate on that, because otherwise that just sounds confusing. So there's also new rewards from Bomber Season 2. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of these yet. I haven't been grinding Bomber yet, but I'm hoping to get these items sometime later in the week. I know Joe is a freak and he loves Bomber Royale, so he already has the dragon. So I'll be sure to be able to get footage off of him for that. Maybe just get footage off of people in general so that I don't have to grind every single item myself, which I will end up doing eventually. But there are the new items for the Season 2 tokens. Let's actually hop into the hub so I can show you guys this. Unfortunately, it's really bad that the only way that we can obtain Season 1 tokens is by exchanging our Season 2 tokens to Season 1 tokens. Problem is, devs are kind of stupid with this. I don't know why they did this. Well, actually, I do know why they did this, but I'll talk about why in a bit. They have it set up so that it's a 2-by-1 ratio, and not the way that you think. It's 2 Season 2 tokens to buy 1 Season 1 token. Yeah, ouch. It should actually be the other way around. You should be able to spend your Season 1 tokens to get Season 2 tokens, I think, because otherwise it would just be like, ugh. But if you ever want to buy the Season 1 items, they're right here. It's fairly expensive to get all these things, but I guess the trade-off technically is that the Season 2 box can end up containing the items from Season 1, but of course that's going to be very rare, so I don't know if the odds of doing this are better than just buying the item outright. It probably honestly is better to just buy the box. Like, I never say to go for the RNG, and I still am saying if you can, just grind for the other items, but the devs are insane if they think that 150 like Season 1 tokens means that you would essentially have to have 300 Season 2 tokens in order to end up buying that item. And that's not more difficult or anything, that's just more time invested into Bomber, and there's no point in that for me. Like, it's just like forced gameplay, you know. But that said, you can end up getting most of the other items out of the battle, most of the battle items out of it, the Season 2 tokens, so I guess that's not that bad. And for pay to win players, obviously, the dragon egg right here, you can end up getting from a dragon effigy now. So that means if, and that's a big if, we ever end up getting Season 3 of Bomber, which of course we will not, I'm sure of that. If we do end up getting Season 3 of Bomber, it means that more than likely this dragon would become available for a dragon effigy as well. Then there's a Javelina, which is going to be a Warthog mount. The Bomber Royale auras, we actually know what most of these look like. This one quite literally is just a bunch of bombs floating around your head, similar to the Crystal Pinata aura. The Cherry Bomb Burst, I'm not exactly sure what that one is. I think it's just an explosive effect going off over and over, and this would be like a red version of it. The Short Fuse is quite literally just a fuse on the top of your head. It's nothing really special or anything, which is why at least it's only 30 tokens. And then more importantly, the Season 2 Legendary Tome, I would say that you guys should rush this as soon as possible. But the problem is that the Season 2 is a little bit gross, because what I was most excited about when Season 2 was coming into the game is I was excited about that new Oriental-styled map that reminded me of Team Pixel. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's an amazing map made by a player rather than the developers. Unfortunately, they decided last minute, and I hate this decision, I hate them for this, they made it so that 2 new maps have been introduced to Bomber Royale. Each week, 3 of the 5 total Bomber Royale maps will be available, gradually cycling through all of them. And wouldn't you know it, for this first week, 2 new maps, they only added 1 of them because they want to drag out content and act like there's some new content coming to this game, which is so disappointing to me, because the new map that they did add into this weekly rotation is the Geode Topside Surface map, and nobody likes that map. If you like that map, that means that you like the Geode Topside biome, in which case, what's wrong with you? Why would you like that? It's gross, it's red, it's disgusting. And I also want to mention console players. No, I don't know when this update's coming on console. They don't mention anything about it. Either way, it's a little bit disgusting. Let me hop into a bomber, and more than likely we'll end up seeing that new Geode map. It's bad. It's so bad. Like, it doesn't even work with Bomber Royale because of the fact that, okay, let's begin. Nope, let me just respawn right here and play again until I get the map that I want to actually highlight to you guys. There we go. All right, so I'm going to show you guys this. At the least, we've got a lot of people playing in Bomber right now, which is annoying for me because everybody likes to just snipe me, and it's just... I don't know. This map is disgusting though, dude. Like, I really don't like it. You can see it's Geode Topside themed, and it's got all these little tendrils and junk, or whatever you want to call that. And that is just like disgusting to me, because that kind of just takes away like the fun from it, because you can literally just be standing on top of everything. And see, like I said, like, people just stream snipe me, so Bomber's not even fun for me as much anymore, especially on a map like this where people can just hit you from all angles. And there's not really anything I can do about it. Like, see, that guy's still trying to come after me, and it's just like, no, give me a break. But at least we got the cave milk here, which I don't even know what the point is of having that there instead of water. But whatever. As soon as these guys notice me, they're going to attack me. Either way, I don't like this map. But jokes aside, guys, that's just my own personal preference. Like, I just don't like this map. I feel like it's just a big empty waste of space. There's not really anything going for it. It's just a field. There's nothing to do in it compared to the other maps where they've got like nice underground areas and junk like that. Here, I mean, maybe I'm just inexperienced with it, but I don't think that there's anything underground. Like, there's just these runes and not much else. Power-ups are just scattered all over the place, and I just don't like it. I think that it's a really badly designed map, and I mean, obviously it's the map that the developers ended up making, so it just doesn't really work very well, especially considering that this map feels very forced to me rather than it being something that fits with Bomber Royale, So either way, that's just like, even this guy right here, like, look at him. He knows the perfect strat to this map. Just stand on one of those things, because nobody can stop you. Unless you have, like, the #1 bomb and stuff. Oh, hey, Shadow Guy. At least he's not attacking me for once. But this guy, see, look at him. He missed because we're on a tiny little platform. Like, what's he going to do? There's nothing you can do, man. Like, this map, it's just, ugh. I don't like it. And then all you really do, I mean, that's just Bomber in a nutshell, is you just rush all the power-ups, right? But whatever. I mean, I guess I can't be, I shouldn't be complaining as much as I am. Because, having more is never a bad thing, even, especially when it's Bomber. But it's just, for me, I don't know. I'm just not really into this map. What can I say? Like, the other maps I feel are cooler because they actually have, like, their power-ups kind of scattered around in, like, different methodical places. Whereas this, it's like, look over there. There's just 2 power-ups just sitting there for no reason. There's another one like over here, there's another one over here, and it's like, all you gotta do is just camp the map and just wait for your power-ups to show up, because they're just so frequent that it doesn't even matter, There's maybe just this one thing that you can end up hiding behind, and that's not really that crazy. or anything. I'm actually surprised I even got a kill, because I kind of suck at Bomber now because it's been so long since I played it. Oh no, the arena's closing in. Like, this down here is probably the only power-up that's actually a risk to go for. And then otherwise the rest of them are just all over the place, dude. Like, whatever, guys. You know me. I'm very picky when it comes to these types of things. But especially with this map, like, I just don't like it, you know? I feel... I'm happy that they have the Season 1 map still, like, as a possibility to show up. I am genuinely happy about that, because at first I was worried that they wouldn't... Like, they would have just got rid of the maps outright. But something like this, like, you look, he's just hiding up there. There's nothing we can do against him. This other guy's down here, and I mean, there's not much he can do against me unless he's got an explosive bomb right here. And even that guy, like, this is what this map is. It's just camping out and waiting. Well, at least it gets intense when the arena's destroying itself. But honestly, I would have preferred if they just let us have custom maps in our own club worlds. That would have been so tight. Like, seriously, dude. That would have been awesome. Here, I'm just gonna... Don't attack me. We'll just stay here together, my brother. We've got this. This round will be ours. Just kidding. I'm gonna turn everything into lava. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. I did not let go of my left click. That's just my mouse being stupid. Because that's what it likes to do. Oh gosh, I'm going to die. I can't do anything, dude. There's nothing we can do to stop this man. Ah, there he is. You fool. Haha! Oh, he just wasted it. See, and then that's the entire map. Like, what a waste of time, dude. It's like, so, you know, I'm down for like fighting a person like one-on-one on tiny little platforms, but that map sucks. It really does. Anyways, I got a little bit sidetracked there. I'll try to cut this down in editing so it's not a super long video or anything. But I mean, just it goes to show, like, we just spent how much time? Like, I spent like maybe 8 minutes in that round and got 2 coins out of it. Wow. And that's only because I got second place. On the other maps, the round would be over a lot faster, but that one just promotes people just camping and stuff. So anyways, the reason why it's a 2-by-1 ratio for the Season 2 tokens, obviously, is because they want to make money. And unfortunately, we've got this stuff into the game now where, similarly to the Dragon coin boosters, because those were so popular, they've got it set up so that if you end up buying this for 2,500 credits, let's just look at the best one, you'll end up earning double your amount of Bomber Season 2 tokens until you get to 250. So this is like, if you are grinding 250 tokens and you have this booster, essentially you're going to get another 250 tokens right then and there at the same time. So basically these are just, it's like cutting your time in half. You know, there's no reason not to do it. Problem is, they're super duper expensive. At least they're credits though, so maybe it's not that bad, except credit pouches last I checked were really expensive. Okay, at least they've gone down a little bit here again, because otherwise last time I checked they were like 190,000. And then we've also got this new pack, which the bomber style like of the bombs, I can't really show you guys better than this picture does. This is what the styles look like. And it's going to end up being in the style section. There's going to be the Royale skins. And unfortunately, all of these will actually cost mastery. So we are going to have to actually get them. It's not that much mastery, but it's enough that it ends up making a difference. Most of all, you want to get all those items out of Bomber Royale though, right? So there's also been a couple dungeons added to Luminopolis, Desert Frontier, Neon City, and stuff like that. So go ahead and go out and find them if you can. And then otherwise, we're on the additional notes. So let's go through this and see what extra things we've got going on. Oh, that's right. The additional changes are actually the best part of this update. I forgot about that. So get this. Spiders in Shadow Towers and other areas. It doesn't clarify. Spiders in Shadow Towers and other areas can now rarely drop Spider Dragon fragments. So that means any of you that got the Spider Dragon before this update, I mean, you're like an OG baller, because apparently half of the spider enemies, like who even knows, maybe all of them, the spider enemies weren't all dropping fragments. They didn't have a chance to drop fragments. Like, my gosh, can the devs mess up any more than that? That's probably what's going on with the Starfire Dragon fragments, dude. So they also added video effects to the flyings, like gliding with Yorin and Zahadin Dragon. So that's going to be the Fire Dragon and the other guy. They pretty much have the exact same video effects. They're just different color. Shadow Tower boss HP bar should now show up over the compass again. Tomes that can be crafted from rune crafting have been redistributed through the ranks to allow more players at the beginning to end up actually grabbing them, which is good because they finally have Glim and Flux One and Dabbler, which is appropriate because these are absolutely useless. These are all tradable items too, which is pretty cool. And you can end up getting the Infinium one pretty quickly as well. And then the Mushroom one. And it seems like the devs knew for once where the Cybernetics tome belonged, because that was near the end. Because this, of course, is the best ratio of resource. Almost always is going to be using this one as your normal tome and just getting the resource. Whereas they think that Cinnabar is going to be the most valuable, which... not really. So the kill 10 enemies outpost adventure no longer counts invaders or other creatures that don't naturally spawn in the Luminopolis. Clones spawned by bosses will no longer count towards adventures either, so that kind of screws over a lot of people that would do certain tricks for adventuring, farming and stuff. Outpost NPCs in Luminopolis and Geotopside can no longer be affected by bounce blocks, which that was something that they fixed a long time ago, but I guess it didn't actually fix it or something. Geotopside enemies can now drop trophies, so that's something worth farming for at least. That's going to be pretty cool. They also reduced the Geode Cave turret damage by 25% and reduced their rate of fire by 50%. Ooh, that would be so nice, except that the Geode Caves suck and nobody cares. But anybody who wants to grind the Geode Caves from now and onward, at least they're not going to be dealing with those plants as much, man. The items you get out of the Geodian Cave questline can no longer be put into the trash. That is just deleted outright. They also changed the gem box provided with the Gems Expertise questline to only be openable with a golden gem key. Knight Charges, this is his number 1 without his classroom ability, should no longer get stuck on the corner of blocks anymore. Also, as requested by players, they added a timestamp for chat messages. The timestamp is disabled by default, except it's not. Mine turned on and I didn't turn it on. But it can be toggled. Unfortunately, there's nowhere in the options where you can change this. I don't know why. Like, seriously, devs, get on it. You can change it with the command /set chat timestamp. Yup, not toggle or anything that would make any sense. So that's just another secret text command that in 2 weeks or even a month, nobody's gonna know what that is. Like, only us playing this game right now will even know that that command exists. Rare items, but not super rare items out of the Chaos Chest will no longer put a congratulatory message. And this is the biggest one, Binding Darkness. Here we go, guys. Finally, Binding Darkness can now drop from all monsters roaming in the Shadow Tower, not just monsters with boss abilities. And obviously, it doesn't drop from enemies from Cursed Skulls and minions spawned by an enemy, spawned by a boss enemy or something like that. But at least now, farming for Binding Darkness should not be as much of a chore, because for somebody like myself, I just never ever got it. They changed the icons for Feywild and Neon City on the map to be more visible. Club fixtures can no longer be placed outside of the world. Updated the description for the Gunslinger's class gem to reflect that it actually decreases attack speed. And then thankfully they're clear about that. I wanted to be clear about that anyways, but they talk about it as well. It's not that your attack speed has changed in any way, shape, or form with the Gunslinger ult. It's just that you do end up having less attack speed just in general. They just have a description for it now. They also adjusted some of the dragon badges to refer to the appropriate aura names, which is nice. And tooltips, I don't even know if you can do that on console, will now actually explain what Bomber Royale abilities do. And that's pretty much it. Near as I can tell, there's not really anything else, not really any major game-breaking bugs or anything, and not really anything worth talking about. Either way, it's a fine enough update, but they're acting like it's more than it is. Like, it's like, oh wow, Bomber Season 2, and it literally doesn't do anything, man. Like, we've got the duos, and we've got that new garbage map, and next week, we've got the actual good map being thrown into rotation, I hope. But the thing is that them saying that the maps are going to be on a weekly rotation, I don't like, because that's more time-gated stuff, because technically time-gated, right? I mean, it's not really time gated per se. It's just you're waiting for something rather than being able to enjoy it now, all because they just won't put in a way for us to vote for the map that we want. But on top of that, again, I would still just prefer to have Bomber Royale in clubs because they spent so much time working on PvP and making it work in Club Worlds and capture the flag and stuff like that. And then they just completely scrapped it, abandoned it, kicked it out of the hub to the side, and threw Bomber Royale in out of nowhere. And they still haven't really accepted that many player maps. They won't even let us play it in our Club Worlds, because if we could play it in our Club Worlds, man, Bomber would be tight. Because Bomber's fun. Bomber Royale is a blast. No pun intended. It really is. But it's the maps that make it fun. And the maps that we've got are subpar. Let alone that geode one, which is just kind of bad. You know, it promotes a really bad style of play. And then there's that new map, which we don't even get to play this week. Either way, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys all think in the comment section down below. I will have more videos coming out shortly that are going to be showing all the items you get out of the bomber and everything. But it's like, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really have that much inspiration to play through bomber. And heck, I don't even have much inspiration to buy a bunch of bomb skins just because they give me mastery. Like, who cares what my bombs look like? I would rather they change the explosions. The funny thing is, the devs, in all of their wisdom, say that they wanted to change the way that the bombs looked rather than the explosion effect because they didn't want to confuse players to what the bomb was that was being thrown. Yeah, because when I see a bomb getting thrown at me, I'm looking at the explosion afterwards to know what type it is. Wrong! Other way around, guys. Make it so that I can change the video effects of my bombs to be confetti or something, or lightning. I don't want to change what the bomb skins look like, because that's just gonna make it confusing for people. Thanks for watching, folks. Be sure to like, sub, hit that notification bell if you want to be notified of new videos every single day. And if you want to support me, there's all sorts of ways you can do it. If you're a new Trove player, you can click and sign up with the link down below to Trove, and then anything you buy out of the store, I'll end up getting a percentage of that. But then otherwise, there's just the other ways where you can sponsor the YouTube channel with that join button, buy some of the merch, which is in the description as well as there being options for people that don't want to pay anything. Gawkbox, where you can end up playing phone games, earning a currency, and then you donate that to me, and it's absolutely free. You could be doing it during the videos, whatever, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't do any of that, I still appreciate you guys watching, and excuse my saltiness towards this update. It's just, I'm really hoping that they end up having something good come out soon, right? I think the big reason why I'm so salty about it is because, don't be fooled, guys. This is not a new update. This is not new content. This is content that was intended to be released with U10 last year, or this year for console players. Same with Gardening 2.0. That was another update that was planned to come out with U10. So far, and this is what has me genuinely worried, we haven't actually seen anything new since everybody ended up getting laid off from the dev team. It's all just kind of been updates that are being dragged out and slowly finished over time, not anything that they've built from the ground up. So I'm really waiting, you know, fingers crossed to see, are we going to ever see any big updates for this game ever again? Or is this it? We're just going to get these last hacked on Gardening 2.0, Season 2 of Bomber, and then that's it. The game's just going to go to maintenance mode, and maybe we'll just get more events that are honestly really easy for them to code. Like, they just add an NPC, add a quest line, get a bunch of free stuff, and I mean, that'd be cool if we had one every month, but we don't. Thanks for watching though, folks. Who cares? Sayonara, stay epic.